The NBA play-in games are coming to an end, and in the Western Conference, it is looking like the Clippers and the Lakers are going to be the two highest seeded teams, unless the Clippers lose their next two games and the Nuggets win their next two games. So I thought it'd be interesting if we combine the two LA teams together into one team. Would they be able to go 82-0? So that is exactly what we are doing in today's video. We are in my league right now, and we got the Los Angeles Lakers here, combination of the Clippers and Lakers. And on the squad, we'll just go over everybody on the team. I just took the highest rated players from each of the teams inside of NBA 2K20. So it's completely based off rating and nothing else. But on this team, we got LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Montrezl Harrell, Lou Williams, Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee, Marcus Morris, Reggie Jackson, Patrick Beverley, Zubac, Rajon Rondo, Danny Green, and Kyle Kuzma. So it doesn't matter if any of these players aren't playing in the bubble or injured or anything like that. It's just the highest rated players from the teams. But that is our team right there. And then in terms of the lineup, we're going to have LeBron James at point guard, Paul George at shooting guard, Kawhi at small forward, AD at power forward, and then Dwight Howard at center. And then we're going to have Lou Williams, Montrezl Harrell, our two like six men kind of coming off the bench right here. And then that is going to be our lineup for the game. We'll see actually how this works out. Hopefully it works out pretty decently here in this simulation. But let's just get on with the simulation and see how this team does together. Right now, their team chemistry is at 60%. I don't know if it is going to actually be staying that high, but let's just simulate to the All-Star weekend to start this thing off here. And already, as you can see, the team chemistry is just dropping, and they get their first loss of the season to the Miami Heat. LeBron, only player on the team scoring over 20 points. I mean, having this many good players doesn't really ever mix well inside of 2K. They always end up having horrible chemistry. And as you can see, they were not even able to beat the Miami Heat together. And 8-1, and their chemistry is already down to 38%. And they get another loss to the Suns right there. So the team definitely isn't going 82-0. But maybe they can beat the record for most wins in a season. All right, so we got our two all-star teams. Yet again, it is going to be LeBron and Giannis as the captain. So despite the team that LeBron is on now, he's still able to get all-star captain. And on LeBron's team, we do have Kawhi Leonard starting. For Team Giannis, Anthony Davis is starting. And those are going to be our three players that end up making the all-star game. So Paul George not getting in there, whereas normally he would make it the All-Star game. Let's make it to the end of the season, see if any of our guys can win MVP. I doubt they will, just because there's so many great players on the team that it's going to be hard for a single player to stand out. Making it to the end of the season, unfortunately, they aren't able to beat the win record. They actually tied the Bulls record, going 72-10. Giannis ends up getting MVP, which I think is going to happen this season as well. But usually 2K gives it to Luka Doncic, but finally we got Giannis winning MVP right here. We got Ja Morant as the rookie, Nurkic as sixth man. Kawhi still ends up getting a Defensive Player of the Year with 2.1 steals per game. Bam, most improved, and of course Frank Vogel is going to get Coach of the Year. That 72-10 record. Checking out our All-NBA teams, we got LeBron James on the first team, Kawhi Leonard on the second team, and then we got Anthony Davis on the third team. So yet again, Paul George not making any of the All-NBA teams, but he does make the All-Defensive first team alongside Kawhi Leonard. And then we got AD and LeBron on the second All-Defensive team. And of course, with a record of 72-10, the Los Angeles Lakers are going to be the first seed in the West. And I actually kept the Clippers with their team. They just got all the leftovers from the Lakers and the Clippers, and they end up being the worst team in the West, which is not really surprising at all. You can see kind of who they were left with here. Check out our player stats for the team. LeBron's going to be the leading scorer for the team, 24.2 points. Kawhi with 21.7, AD with 19.7, Paul George with 17.7. Then we had Montrez and Lou Williams, who of course came off the bench. Dwight Howard was a starter, but with the four players he is starting with, obviously he's not going to get the ball too much. Rebounds per game goes to Anthony Davis, so he gets a double-double. And then LeBron gets assists, 10.6. He also gets a double-double. Of course, we had Kawhi with the most steals, 2.1. AD with 1.8 blocks per game. So he was actually probably pretty close getting that Defensive Player of the Year, even though he did only make the second team. Montrez shooting 63% from the field goal. We actually had Kawhi Leonard shooting the best from the three-point line, shooting 47%. So really good right there for Kawhi. And I want to come over here to our plus and minus. Kawhi Leonard with the best plus minus. Our top four guys kind of had all around the same plus and minus. And then it kind of drops off quite a bit with our other players. Rondo actually had a negative plus minus. But he also didn't play too much during the season. He had 0 points during the season. So when he went on, the other team scored. And that's the only thing that happened. Looking at team stats, comparing the entire team to the rest of the league. Points per game, they're going to be the best scoring team in the NBA. And also the best defensive team, beating out the Bucks, giving them the best differential and pretty much almost doubling the Bucks differential. They had the best field goal percentage in the NBA. They had the best three-point percentage. They did not have the best free throw percentage. They're actually going to be 15th in the NBA for free throw percentage. They had the second most rebounds per game, only behind the Cavaliers, who have Andre Drummond and Kevin Love. So they pull quite a few boards in these simulations. They had the most assists per game, the most steals per game, the most blocks per game. And what else? Let's check out bench points as well. They're actually one of the worst bench teams in the NBA. So let's just hop into the playoffs here and see if the Lakers can win the NBA Finals. Round number 1, it is going to be a 4-0 sweep against OKC. Not a challenge at all. They got the Houston Rockets in the second round, and the Rockets end up getting 1 game on them. So they're not able to go through the entire playoffs without a loss. We got the Warriors in the Western Conference Finals, and they defeat the Warriors 4-2. So Warriors able to get 2 games on them, and in the NBA Finals, they're going to be facing off against the Milwaukee Bucks. Game 1 goes to the Lakers. Game 2 goes to the Bucks. Game 3 goes to the Lakers. Game 4 goes to the Lakers. And in game number 5, Lakers up by 6. This is to win the championship. I created my own custom jerseys and logos and everything. So if you guys like all of that, make sure you drop a like down below. Giannis inside out to DiVincenzo, and he's going to miss the 3. Giannis also probably could have got an easy 2 right there, but decided to go for the pass. Paul George with the perfect release. Bledsoe to Brook Lopez from 3. He can't hit that. Bucks missing 2 threes in a row. That would have been huge for them. They definitely would have been right back in this. LeBron James to AD with the dunk. And they got a 10-point lead now. Giannis in the post against AD. Good defense, but he does draw the foul. So Giannis to the line, which is honestly not too bad, but in 2K, Giannis is crazy from the free throw line, which doesn't make sense at all. Perfect release, and he goes 2 for 2. I swear, in 2K, LeBron and Giannis are the 2 best free throw shooters in the game. This is the complete opposite in real life. And a big steal by DiVincenzo on the fast break inside. Good D by Kawhi. I don't know why Middleton didn't cut as well. They could have scored so easily. It was a 2-on-1 situation. Their IQ is not there at all. Yes, to DiVincenzo, mid-range shot, and DiVincenzo cannot hit that. He has been bricking at the end of the game here. If DiVincenzo hit all his shots, the Bucks would be down by 1 point right now. Bledsoe from 3, really contested 3 right there. Brook Lopez with the rebound. Middleton from 3 this time, and that is going to be no good. So the LA Lakers are going to be our NBA champs, beating the Bucks 4-1, winning at home as well, which is always nice. I don't know why they went for a last-second shot there. Leave your comment down below right now, though, on who you think is going to get MVP in this game. I think it is going to go to Kawhi Leonard. I don't think it's going to go to LeBron, even though he's the obvious choice. I think Kawhi might have had a really good defensive series, and he's going to get MVP right here. And I was wrong. It is going to go to LeBron James, which, I mean, it's the obvious choice for MVP. He's the highest rated player in the game. In the finals, LeBron actually played 36 minutes per game, 18.6 points, 6 rebounds, 11.6 assists. So not great in the scoring category. Rebounds, assists, he did great. Steals 1.2, and he also shot pretty good from the three-point line, 39.1%, and it's up to a 98 overall as well. So unfortunately, LA Lakers not able to go undefeated throughout the regular season or the playoffs. In fact, they ended up with 14 losses throughout the regular season and the playoffs, so not a perfect team. A lot had to do with that team chemistry. It's at 31% right now. One of these teams has a great chance already in real life, and combining them just made it a sure thing. This has been your boy Smequle though. Smash that like button if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. And I'll see you next time. Peace.
I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. I solve them. I run through the money. The pressure be calling. Left on my blessings. I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back. Tell me I'm garbage. I'm going through something. That's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression is all that I wanted. The phone in affection. I summon and dub it. Cause I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. I solve them. I run through the